You're listening to Dead Hobbies,
where your hobbies are dying.
Believe it or not, many people don't know that new comics are still being printed today. That is just a dead hobby. I hate to tell you, it's not a dead hobby. But thanks to the early pioneers, it continues to this day. Comics are the cockroaches of pulp culture, and we ain't going nowhere anytime soon. With your hosts, John and
Allie.
Welcome to Dead Hobbies. You know, some people get a different announcer to do the intro. I'm just saying, I've heard some other podcasts. Okay, we're back with a new episode of Dead Hobbies. Unfortunately, Allie will not be with us this episode. But you still have John, me, and I have a special guest star tonight. And you can introduce yourself.
Me, James. That's my name. You said me, John. So
Did I say me, John?
Yeah, it's me, John.
But let our audience know your full name and what you do for a living.
I'm extremely obnoxious, as I'm staring you right in the eyes. I knew we were going to do this. My name's James Whynot. I am a comic book artist.
Yes.
He's thoroughly creeped out right now. Just letting you know. So I'm trying to deepen my voice.
And you also teach a class here at Docking Bay every Tuesday.
Yeah, I teach it's kind of evolved from like a learn to draw to now all these people draw better than I do. And, it's more turned into like a kind of workshop, like master class of, now these people have projects, not these people, but, people that I have taught now have their own projects, are in college, and now we just kind of work together to boost their skill, and like I've gotten way better while doing this too. It's weird.
I see it every week. I see these kids are getting better and better, and you've also had a lot of your work published. You want to talk about some of that?
No. Yeah. I recently, within like the last year, was published by Black Mask Comics with a book called Grave Trancers, and it was amazing.
Which sold great here at
Docking
Bay.
It sold great, like, worldwide or nationally, or, whichever. Diamond has the long reach, so now globally. I saw pictures of like, hey, you're in Australia.
All around the world.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. Once you're in Australia, I think like you've made it if you have your comic book in Australia.
You got to do some signings over there.
I know. I should. I've been planning to get to that neck of the woods.
Okay.
I want to talk about Jim Cotta. I was promised 3 hours of Jim Cotta talk.
Unfortunately, there's no getting away from that.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we can go wherever you want.
So why the Jim Cotta?
I think Jim Cotta ruined my last relationship where it was like, hey, babe, I'm home. Oh, are you watching Jim Cotta again? How many times is it this week? And I was like, I'm trying to work on seeing it every day. Because maybe I'll become better at gymnastics and karate if I just watch it repetitively.
I have a feeling most of the people listening probably never seen Jim Cotta, but probably heard about it in the Batman Lego movie.
Yes, and like if you've ever listened to a podcast that, because I know that like bad movie podcasts are huge. Like, like how did this get made? Like they've definitely talked about that. It's come up in your day to day, even if you didn't know it. You should seek it out and ruin all other movies for yourself because it's only the best movie ever made. I've seen it 1,000 times. I couldn't tell you one person's name in that movie.
I've told some local dojos, in the area that if they ever start teaching that, I'd go.
Oh, I'd sign up in a heartbeat. I'd be their best student.
But, so we probably need to get away from Jim Cotta. We'll talk about it way too much. But I still believe it needs to be remade.
Oh, yeah.
But a shot-for-shot exact remake of the original movie.
You can't change anything else. I mean, like, you've seen, like, movies with dummy work. And this is the best dummy work you've ever seen where they don't cut away. when they throw a dummy off of a waterfall. You see the whole thing, and it's like a 12-second shot, just like, ew. And it's like not like, let's cover up that it's a dummy. No, it's a dummy.
Its arms and legs are flopping in the wind.
And you see that thing, you see impact. It's like, usually you'd have like a skillful director be like, oh, let's not show it. Like, less is more. No, more is more. You got a guy on a pomple horse kicking people all over town. And you're going to show that dummy make impact. Like, it's the best thing you've ever seen in your life. It'll ruin everything else for you.
I'm serious. A remake, Mark Wahlberg as the main guy. And the bearded bad guy, but Will Ferrell.
Oh, yes. That's really the only way you can convince somebody now to like go see any movie. Like Will Ferrell.
Well, maybe not so much after the Sherlock Holmes movie, I guess.
Yeah, because it was John C. Reilly, who I love. That movie is crap. And
I avoided it.
No, I saw it. It was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Did you see it in theaters?
Oh yeah. Yeah. When people are like,
so
don't pay money to see this, I was like, I'll see it
first
twice.
in line.
Oh yeah. I was there.
All right,
it's better than you think. You should seek it out.
All right, so that's enough Jim Cotta. We got that out of our system. Let's move on to other news. What's new in comic news this week?
They're remaking Jim Cotta.
No, they're not. You take that back. But there are some big announcements this week. They're doing a big change for Superman this fall at DC. They made that announcement. Kind of a shocking announcement. I don't know if you heard.
Comics or we talking movies?
The comics.
Okay.
A plot they're going to do this fall. Now, if you don't like spoilers and you avoided this online, you might want to tune out for a bit.
Sure.
But apparently this November/December, Superman's going to reveal his identity to the world.
Really?
I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What do you think about that as far as the character goes?
Because I haven't seen or heard anything about this, and has it been spoiled in previews?
They made the announcement, DC made it, and it was on the news sites, and they showed art from it, and Superman's holding out his glasses like he's probably standing in front of a bunch of reporters in his full Superman outfit.
Who cares? Why?
I'm not sure.
Do you care?
I think it's a big deal. I think that's something that Superman shouldn't get rid of. Because it's what helps keep him human.
But every bad guy figures out, like, here's Superman's, like, I traced his vapor trails of because he's Kryptonian, he vibrates differently, and I tracked you to your house, Clark.
So you're just thinking that people are getting too smart now, and he's just having a harder time hiding.
Yeah. But I think it might go back to, maybe Lois is like, where are you when you put that cape on, boy? I need people to know that you're that guy. I mean, it's interesting because it affects, like, the people around him, his coworkers.
True. I mean, is he going to keep his job? He's probably got to quit.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, he got to go.
He's got to quit. He's got to be Superman full time.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be busy protecting everyone from getting killed.
Yeah. Lois is the breadwinner now.
I mean, everyone at work, they'd be like, "Oh gosh, look at Superman.
Yeah,
great. He gets all the best articles to write about.
He writes about himself. What a treat.
Oh yeah, there you go. He might lose his job.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Lois Lane's got nothing to write about.
It's like
now.
He and Peter Parker just built a career on just their own like super identities.
Yeah, that's
unfair advantage. Yeah.
I don't care though. Who's writing it?
Oh, it's Bendis.
Okay.
So that's a big deal. I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it might bring readers back and want to check it out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like for me, like I'm not. It's a love-hate relationship with Supes. Like I dip my toe in, like back in DC 52, New 52. I mean, you couldn't help it,
Oh yeah, I think everyone checked them out when they first came out.
And then stayed with it for like a while, and then just kind of like petered in, petered out. Like he's one of my favorite characters, ish. You can't be a comic book
version
fan
in the
with
New
that.
52. He wasn't the real Superman.
Yeah. So but you have stuff like that, and the fact that people say that my beloved X-Men, are confusing. You have two different Supermen.
Oh my gosh. from alternate realities and
come
like
on,
merged together and like
it's the same shit. Can you curse on here?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's the same
curse
shit.
away.
Okay.
I forget to curse. I want to curse.
Yeah, let's. No, I mean, give me an excuse to read this book. Like, I dare you, because like, I knew Bendis was coming. I wanted to come too.
I saw the ads. He was coming all over the comics.
He was coming. He came, and I was like, I'm still flaccid. You're coming, and I want to shoot and scoot with soup. That's your fucking hashtag. There you go.
There you go.
Hashtag
Save
shoot
that.
and scoot with soup. That's gross. You could.
Do we get that for free?
Oh yeah, please.
Okay.
On me. It's disgusting. It's gonna be so much soup porn.
And I just read this today that DC's canceling orders of Brian Azzarello's Birds of Prey comic.
What?
But it's going to be resolicited as a Black Label comic.
That.
When the movie comes out.
The Fabulous Harlequin.
Yeah, coming out during Valentine's weekend, I think, February.
Movie graveyard.
And the new poster came out for it.
Is it good?
It looks good.
Will it get banned in Australia like the It poster?
Well, it does have a big creepy clown face on
it. It has to now. Australia.
But she's cuter than Pennyface.
Oh, Pennyface?
Yeah.
I like that. I'm gonna take that now. Pennyface.
Pennyface. Sorry, I got face on the brain.
Penny money. Money Penny?
Money. Huh?
Is that from
James Bond?
Who's your favorite James Bond? Don't lie to me.
When I initially became a James Bond fan, it was Roger Moore. He was the Bond. That was Bond when I discovered James Bond.
I saw Never Say Never Again.
That was like the fake Bond movie.
That was the first one I saw.
Wow.
When he blew up a woman with a pen and then sexually assaulted what's her name?
Was it Kim Basinger?
Kim Basinger.
Yes.
Less in that movie. Everything less. She was shirtless, pantsless. He's like, oh, baby, I'm your monsieur.
Oh, he was like 60 and she was like 20, I think, in that movie.
Yeah, he threw piss in someone's face and it burned them like acid. So you got to
get that from Q?
No, it was his own piss. Yeah,
Oh.
It's like, I can't get any more diseases. I have them all. I mean, like the actor, the guy gets hit. He gets like old man punched by old James Balls. 510 years old he gets like a thing through his spine and doesn't react to that as much as having James Bond's own piss thrown in his face.
Oh, no one wants that.
I was like, this is the best movie I've ever seen. No wonder why people are crazy for this guy.
It's so bizarre. He came back for that. It's essentially a remake of one of the older movies he did, right?
No, I think they were making the same. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
but they were making like you had two Bond movies. One like the unofficial, and you still had the Roger Moore.
He's still trying to rock that hairpiece.
Oh yeah. And you see him like nips up in that movie.
It was like right after that he kind of gave up. He's like, no, I'm bald.
He's like, I'll be fucking Harrison Ford's father in this boy.
Yeah, we named the dog Indiana.
See, I like that movie too. Why don't you have Pierce Brosnan? Bring him back. Bring back Remington Steele. He can play James Bond again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's done.
No, I like that T-Dalt. Speaking of DC stuff,
say again.
T-Dalt.
Timothy Dalton, of course. Yeah.
Who like I will watch any old fucking garbage bullshit as long as I see him. He like legitimizes. I'm not saying that the Doom Patrol show is like total dog shit.
Oh, I love Doom Patrol.
Oh, I love it too. And I was like, this fucking show's genius. You got Timothy Dalton and what was the professor on that show?
Oh yeah, he plays the chief.
Oh, the chief.
Right.
He probably has people call him that in real life. Like he's just
he was their version of the X-Men, essentially, vice versa.
That was my guy. I grew up in the 90s.
The Living Daylights.
Yeah, on Her Majesty's Secret Service?
No. Living Daylights and
License to Kill.
License to Kill.
He kills everybody in that movie.
Oh.
He really had the license to kill.
That was an early film by was it Benicio del Toro? What was his
No, Benicio's
not Benicio.
Guillermo?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yes?
He was the one that he gets chewed up on that like rock thing.
But he didn't direct it.
Not the director, the actor. What's the actor? He sounds...
Benicio del Toro.
Yes, thank you.
Wow, I'm going to have to rewatch.
Oh, yeah. He looked like a young Spanish Brad Pitt in that movie.
He looks like he could play Charles Bronson. He's got that, like...
Just played Charles Bronson?
Yeah, not in a movie, just as, like, just go out on, like, Hollywood Boulevard and, like, take a picture with Charles Bronson. No. But, yeah, I'm keeping you from news.
I don't think he's there yet.
No, so. he's grizzled, man.
Right.
But he looks great as a collector.
And speaking of Birds of Prey, there was also...
Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Well, that they're bringing it back as a Black Label comic, so a more adult line, I guess.
I like that.
So I guess all the Black Label stuff is out of continuity, though, right?
I would think so.
Because I had one customer, I mentioned this to him, he's like, no, I was waiting for this book, and it's supposed to be continuity. But a lot of the Black Label stuff's out of continuity for the most part.
But were you reading the Birds of Prey book when it was still happening? Not you yourself.
He was, yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
I was too. But I'm down with that. I like a grittier...
But they put out a quick teaser kind of featurette for the new movie for Birds of Prey. It doesn't look bad.
I'm excited. I watched that television show in the 90s.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was me. I was the only one that was watching.
I had it on DVD.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't surprise me, though.
And as far as other news, TV show, I guess there's some Hawkeye news this week. I guess rumors are that Haley Steinfeld might be up for Katie Bishop.
From True Grit.
Yeah. She's a great actress.
Oh, yeah, she's an amazing actress.
And Transformers, Bumblebee.
What?
She was the main girl in Bumblebee.
She was?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't think I ever saw that movie.
Wait, I thought you loved Transformers.
I do, but I couldn't. I couldn't do it to myself. Bumblebee, well, I'm cool with it. He fought Nazis, so that's...
But the best part was the Transformer robots themselves actually looked like the robots from the comics and the cartoon in that one.
What?
Like, they looked dead on.
See, this is where I'm like, internet, please spoil me. I would have been there. I'm going to go buy that movie right now.
Oh, I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah, no, that sounds cool. That's what I was waiting for as a Transformer fan. Like,
because I expected more just kind of Michael Bay garbage.
Yeah, like just gray nothing happening.
And I was like, wow, I think I enjoy this movie.
See, that's crazy. It's like comics.
But then
you get that sleeper.
It did well at the box office, but not quite where they wanted it to do.
They'll still have 6 more.
Rumor is there's going to be another Transformers movie.
Sure.
And it was they said, don't worry, this one's going to be more like a Michael Bay feel to it. Geez. I'm like, great.
Yeah, just give us more of the same when you'll be like going up to Transformers 30 and he's still making them.
Oh, yeah.
He'll make them forever.
As long as people keep seeing it, so people just stop seeing them.
There's so much better shit that you can do with your time. Like, just, take a 5-hour shit. You'll make it through your Michael Bay movie. You won't have to go anywhere. Just read a book.
Or better yet, read a comic.
Yeah.
And today's new comic book day, so we should talk about some new comics.
Let's talk about new comics.
Let's talk about new ones. I'll let you go first. What'd you read?
I have been... Hold on, let me nicely take this out of... I bag it and board it after I read it, so I don't read it 4 times.
I'm just curious. On the board, what side do you put it into the bag?
I do that, like...
The glossy side?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Is that wrong?
No, I'm not sure. No one can give me a straight answer.
So I used to work as a framer and, like... was very much like a stickler for acid-free, so you can still have gloss and be acid-free. These are acid-free.
See, it makes me worried that because it's glossy, that's a chemical that might do something to the comic, and it needs to be on the smooth side.
But okay, yeah, I see where you come from there. There you can have gloss and still be. Someone's gonna be like, you guys are so stupid, it's the wrong fucking side. But I like it when I can just grab it and...
It probably does come out easier.
Wham!
That's true.
It goes in easier,
like
too,
lubed.
which is what...
It's like
lubed. Yeah. See, it was either you or me that was going there. Yeah, I like, I'm not going to talk about I like bags and boards. Like, I really like these.
I really like them. They're so good.
They fit so nice. It's just going to become sexual. Just like, it goes in, it comes out, nice, it slides. I use the ones that kind of fit tightly for my pleasure, because I don't like when it's just flopping around in there. I think that's how you can bang up your comics. So look when you buy your bags and boards, which is just as important as buying condoms or,
Right.
You got to read it, because if you think you're too big...
Or get the resealable bags. You can use it over and over again.
Yeah, which is not like condoms. Please don't use those over and over again.
One time only.
That's... I can get so gross so quick. I'm just not. So I actually been waiting for this book since I saw it in previews, which, if you've never looked at a previews before, it's like hey, fucking spoilers for everything coming out in 3 months.
Yeah, this seems strange. It's out of the blue, this new G.I. Joe #1.
Yeah.
All right. Now, is this just a mini, or?
I don't know.
Because I know they still have their other one going.
But it's not a real hero. It's adjectiveless or
just G.I. Joe.
Yeah, it's just G.I. Joe. I was gonna say that I don't think they have colons in those books. Like, hey, G.I. Joe, fucking Snake Eyes, or but yeah, it's not G.I. Joe, a real American hero. This is just just get rid of it and just call him Joe.
All right.
So
what went down in this one?
A lot of shit.
Okay.
I don't read G.I. Joe regularly. I like G.I. Joe a lot. I grew up on the cartoon like most people did.
I love the old Marvel comic.
Oh yeah,
that was my favorite. Back as far as G.I. Joe.
So I don't know, and I'll have to look and see if there is like a kind of prelude, or if this is just like all just starting fresh, like no introduction.
Because it seems like it's almost like an alternate history or universe or something.
You just dropped into the middle of the fact that on the first page you have someone like you don't Hail Hydra or Hitler. They say for Cobra, and then you get the power fist. Cobra won.
Seized control.
They've won. Like they have an occupation, which was like, you get all the story without having to like read all the cool shit that I want to see, and I hope they go back to.
You mean as far as showing how all the shit went down, how everything went bad?
Oh, the Battle of Staten Island, like snooze. You can have it. They'll have Staten Island. Then let me see. I'm just flipping through. Like, it's good podcasting. Like,
it's great.
Let me show you this panel. You have a new. There's a kid or a guy, probably in his early 20s. He's like smuggling shit, and it's like, hey, do whatever you can to survive is like pretty much the motto throughout this book. Like, just keep your head down, don't make waves.
Right.
Like, don't fuck around. They're gonna kill you. Because on like the spoiler alert for this book, Duke, who's
the leader of the Joes.
Yeah, he gets his brains blown out of his head.
Whoa.
Yeah,
in this issue.
Wow.
Yeah,
all
right.
I mean, and it's in silhouette, but yeah, he gets waxed, man.
So he was leading the resistance against this new regime.
What's left of them, like, you see that they are very much now like on the outskirts of everything. Like, they are their own, like, it's not even, they're just a splinter cell. There's very few of them left.
It's like a Star Wars thing. Like the Empire versus a small band of these rebel G.I. Joes.
And it's like, hey, are you a regular person? Like, they're not getting like, oh yeah, you're like a military whatever, like, but then they call him, his code name is Tiger. Scarlet, breaks into this dude's house because what Duke had was like plans of like the schematics of a Cobra base, and so he like threw it in the garbage before being captured by the Major Blood and the rest of his Cobra cronies. And this kid finds it.
So he's got like information that some secret Cobra
and
base.
It's like in plain sight. Like, like you wouldn't even know it's a Cobra installation. So this kid gets it on his computer. And he's like, I'm gonna take this thing down by myself. And then Scarlet, who's like the counterpart.
Feeling a lot like Star Wars here on
Earth.
Yeah.
It's like, how'd you find me? She's like, it's my fucking job to find you. Like, She's a badass in this. Right. You have different characters. Some of your old favorites. No Snake Eyes.
No Zartan.
No, Zartan. I think he's on the cover of one of these books.
Who are the two twins that could feel each other's emotion and pain?
The Winklevoss twins.
No.
Shit,
I don't know why I remember the old weird characters.
You're right. That's
Zan and something.
They were like the whatever twins,
like the Wonder Twins, but like they're like two guys.
Snakes.
Yeah.
You do have mention of Dr. Mindbender in this. You don't see him. That's like their evil genius.
So it's a lot for one issue.
Oh yeah, lots of setup and like so you have this. They're a Splinter Cell. They've captured this guy Rithy who has like the information.
Feels almost like an Elseworlds or What If G.I. Joe.
Big. Oh yeah. It's and
right.
I like it. But yeah, I like it.
I like it a lot.
Pretty much how this issue ends, they take him to the base and they're like, hey, you're a G.I. Joe now. Like, we're going to train you. And General Hawk is like, too bad, kid. Like, welcome to the club, but we surrendered. So this issue ends with Cobra on the White House, the lawn of the White House. And like, he's like, we're done. That's it.
Oh, it's real. It's real life. This book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's exactly what happened a couple years
Cobra
ago.
Commander sitting in the White House right now?
You don't see him yet, but I mean,
he's Serpentor.
Oh, yeah. No, so I'm waiting for that. That's gonna be good. It mirrors a lot of what's going on right now in politics.
All right. Well, let me bring up something.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most anticipated books, SpiderMan #1, came out. The new miniseries by J.J. Abrams and his son Henry.
How old is that kid?
I'm not sure. I think I heard he was like 10 or 12.
Oh, cool.
And Sarah Pacelli did the art. Art's
Beautiful
amazing.
art. Oh,
and
yeah.
I gotta say, I enjoyed the story. And I really hope. I haven't really read any interviews or anything, but I'm wondering if JJ wrote all the adult dialogue. And there's a son in there.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering if Henry's writing all that because it definitely has a real feel to their conversation.
Oh yeah.
And it's really good. And a lot of spoilers came out online about this book already. It's not part of regular continuity.
That's what I was gonna ask.
It's kind of set a possible future. And you really see where the relationship between MJ and Peter progress.
Right.
And I feel like I'm really gonna spoil it and upset people if I tell them.
Oh yeah.
Because the main character. All right, if you don't want spoilers, you might want to tune out.
Yeah, push your 15 seconds ahead.
But the book is called Spider-Man, but it's not about the Peter Parker Spider-Man. It focuses on his son,
Ben Parker. Yeah.
So something awful happens to MJ when he's young, and then it jumps forward into the future, and he's starting to realize he's got these abilities, and they're slowly starting to kick in a little bit. So it was a really cool first issue. I
like, not like I have any sort of like ill will. J.J. must really like the name Ben because Han Solo's son, Ben.
Oh yeah.
But for Ben Parker, obviously, they always had Mayday as like the daughter in the ultimate.
I can't fucking believe Aunt May's still alive.
Oh yeah,
she was ancient in the comics before.
Oh yeah, Peter's hand didn't make it longer than Aunt May has. He does lose his hand in the battle, so he's got a hook, which I've seen is like getting shit on the internet with your like Reddit people.
With the hook?
He's got they don't like his hook.
Why?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, why does Spider-Man
you would think 20 years from now.
Yeah, he made devices.
He's wearing like a hook, like some guy in like Korea just came back, and he's got this wicked metal hook.
It's probably like Uncle Ben was like kind of a no bullshit guy. Like you pick your aunt up at the fucking bus stop, boy. Like. That's what he's like telling his son, go to school, asshole, with the hook hand.
He is kind of turning in.
Oh, he's a surly old dick in this.
Rocking a beard.
Oh, yeah. He grew his sad beard.
No gray, though, man.
No.
He's doing good.
No, he's just, he would be Reed Richards. Reed Richards probably still alive. You can't be Silver Fox in it.
Couldn't Doc Ock had hooked up Peter with like some kind of like tentacle friggin' little jiggly arm?
He gave up... Here, go to school, boy. No, that would have... I would have been like, let me get
he
5.
owes him that. Come on, after all the superior stuff, he owes him that.
I'd get 40 copies of this book if he had a jiggly dildo hand, or a Doc Ock,
or Doc Ock hand. Yes.
Yeah, no, I really, from what I saw, I bought the book. I'm kind of on the. I just don't want JJ to fuck up my Star Wars.
Well, that's a whole nother
topic.
Yeah.
No,
we can talk about that for a whole podcast.
Should I read this book? But I got it. I mean, I like SpiderMan. You couldn't, you could have 21 pages of just Peter Parker pooping. I would read that. It'd be the best. It'd be the most expensive comic.
And
you would get.
It is kind of funny that the fans are like wanting Peter and MJ to be back together so bad in their regular comic, and they're back in this, and and they rip their fans' heart out with MJ. Just...
Oh yeah. That's why I'm like, is this out of continuity? Is this a possible future? Because you have that main villain is like the villain right now.
It seems like some kind of time travel stuff's involved.
Oh yeah. It's, I mean, you start in the future and then go even more in the future with this book. I mean, it definitely jumps. Like, it doesn't start out like where we are now, but you have that character. Right. Why can't I think of his name? It's like the
baddie.
Yeah, the baddie, which is like right now plaguing Spider-Man and Amazing. But do you read Amazing?
I'm behind on Amazing, sir.
Me too. I just read the Craven storyline.
You're way ahead of me.
Oh yeah, I just caught up not too long ago.
And not to be outdone by Spider-Man, the new Absolute Carnage #3 came out this week, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, don't let anyone spoil the ending of it. It just blew my mind.
Yeah,
like the book already sold enough as is.
Oh yeah,
and then they just throw a big monkey wrench at the end of this issue, and they went, "Wow!" I'm just like, I didn't see that coming, and the book's just flying off the shelves. I mean, Donny Cates. The comic rock star.
Kind of,
You have some history of Donny Cates.
I know him.
You know him.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to name drop every person I know.
Do it. Just on this podcast.
Yeah, do it. No, I went to the same...
Do it.
I went to the same college as Donnie. We were I think we were in the same kind of, grades and... I mean, like freshman, sophomore.
Hashtag this Donny Cates hashtag.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So I Donnie and I are cool.
All right.
We friends, but yeah, I was like, oh, should I say oh yeah? Like most comics come out, I'm like, hey, I know that guy. Hey, I know that guy. Hey, that guy's a fucking asshole. But no, Donnie's a cool guy. Just kind of skyrocketed.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
his I don't know how many years, but last 4 or 5 years, just been stellar.
Just exploded. Write less books.
And
Donnie.
I can't think of anything that he's written that's not good.
No,
where I go, oh, I think he's trying too hard, or
I said, write less books, don't burn yourself out, Donnie. Love you.
But I don't think he's
No.
I mean, Silver Surfer Black's another one he does.
Oh yeah,
so good. And the art,
another guy I know.
The artist on that, and his bizarre style, is so perfect for that book. I wish it was an ongoing book.
Yeah, me too. I like it, so.
Or at least if they just bring Surfer back, get him on it.
Yeah.
He's just such a unique style.
Oh,
He makes the weird and the alien. It's just a perfect marriage.
Yeah, it's Kirby,
Mobius, Kirby,
and Ditko and drugs
melted together into this
and the story's so when I'm reading this book, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I'm like, did I buy acid with this book? Did it come with it? But it's it's such a I'm trying to explain this book to one of the other people that's another shopper. I was affiliated. No, another person who shops here, and I was like, he's kind of has a space disease. Where he's becoming his arm is turning more black versus his hand.
Yeah,
his arm
I mean, I still don't know what that is. Is that symbiote related, or is that he's getting infected by?
Yeah, Null, the symbiote,
the Venom God.
Yeah, and they're in. He's inside he's inside fucking Ego,
and they're inside a black hole too.
That's that is also birthing like a Galactus.
Well, it's his Galactus.
It's the Galactus.
Not only is he trapped in a black hole, he's like out of space and time in the past,
right?
To witness the birth of the thing that created him.
Yeah, that's like,
and he also has to save him.
Oh, that's right.
He saves the thing that makes him.
Which he,
because he realizes, you know, he can't let Galactus die. He's a natural function of the universe.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, no, he should die. Billions have died, but he's explained to him that
he's a necessary evil.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Donnie. You're just too good.
I mean, that almost reminds me of the Earth X series.
Oh yeah,
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Where like that you find out Galactus's true mission was to destroy all the planets that had like a celestial growing inside of it. Oh. And I'm like, oh wait, so he's not really a force of evil, really. No, he's kind of doing the service.
Yeah.
Almost like, I'm coming here to clean your planet out.
Yeah, get rid of your celestial.
Oh man.
So back to Jim Cotta. There's a scene where he what else you got? Oh wait, hold on. Let me interrupt you.
Okay.
How you didn't bring this up as Marvel or comic book news? Marvel canceled Future Foundation.
They did. That wasn't a surprise to anyone.
It's only.
I'm sorry.
I'm
crying.
I
know there's a lot of fans who do love that book. It's got a big fan following.
But Jonathan Hickman, that FF run.
That was a great run,
and he's doing gangbusters now with X-Men, and Future Foundation spawned out of that. Like, it just went FF for Future Foundation. Like,
I'm not sure how it didn't find an audience. I mean, they even threw in the evil Reed from the other Ultimate Universe,
the Maker,
who's been prominent in like Venom and Absolute Carnage, but.
He's got like the look that I have in the shower when I shave half my face, and then I'm like, evil James, good James, evil James, good James. He's got half a beard. It's amazing. It's a style that I might rock.
Who rocks the head helmet better, the Maker or Charles Xavier?
Ooh, see, now we're talking fashion head helmets.
Right.
I like the Maker's head helmet because it reminds me kind of like a xenomorph.
Oh, yeah.
And he can elongate, so he could probably, like xenomorph you right through the head with his tongue, like, bleh. And his half beard.
He's just elongated his head, his brain's so big, so just to make him sound smarter.
Yeah. So if they take that mask off and he's got like a fucking cantaloupe head.
Oh, they've shown it.
Wait, what?
Oh, they've shown it in like recent Venom. Like
that's right.
He's got the helmet out, and the kids are there, and they're like, "Oh my god, your head!" And he's like,
so he's got an elongated head.
Oh, it's
Okay.
It's the shape of his helmet.
I don't read the Venom book. I'm buying every copy of this.
I do want the two characters to meet one time and just stare at each other.
Oh yeah,
like we wore the same thing. Like they're at a party somewhere. That should be a sketch cover that you should do.
Stole my look.
And they just like, yeah.
Come on, man.
So jumping into that, House of X.
Oh yeah.
Number 5 this week. What are your thoughts on that?
You and I have a similar mindset for 80s schlock.
Oh yeah,
and I feel like you and I had the same prediction for this book of when in the first issue,
right?
You have them.
Well, I said that a couple issues ago. Yeah, I'm like, Hickman doesn't show something for no reason.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's as the guy is a graphic designer, has the brain of a graphic designer of. Give you like a little bit, make you want more. I mean,
oh yeah,
he's marketing his own book inside of his book. It's like a guaranteed next sale.
Oh, and the house ads all help too.
Oh yeah. But you see in the first issue, you have Cyclops like coming out of like what you think is just like a goop ball.
Right. People are like, "Is that Cyclops? I can't tell. His eyes are glowing."
It's him. And so they go back to that in this issue where, I mean, was it this issue or last issue?
It wasn't this issue.
Okay. Yeah, because you kind of, like, Power of X or Power of 10 jumps around. This kind of jumped around a little bit, too.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not as much as some of the other ones, though. It was pretty straightforward.
Yeah. I it's pretty much the same book. It's just like an extension of,
And now the goofy helmet Professor X does wear makes way more sense now of why he needs it and why he seems to be wearing it all the time.
Yeah.
They definitely explain that in this.
You want to spoil?
You want to spoil? Sure.
Oh, yeah,
sure. And more spoilers, people.
So he's wearing that awesome helmet, which I'm like, man, I just want to walk around in a fucking helmet all day. He's got that helmet on because it's like his portable Cerebro that he has the consciousness of every living or dead mutant that's ever...
That's insane.
Yeah. He's going to go crazy. He's going to go out of his fucking mind. The most powerful mind with all those minds inside of his mind.
Now, are they all the time in his head, or are they like in the cloud? Or are they in a server somewhere?
Yeah, no, they would have to be because when they die, he finds them. Like he finds them. Okay, maybe he's clouding it. Yeah, he walks around with all the mutants, all that information in his head to then, if they're dead, like he makes sure they're dead.
Well, so he has to because that can lead to all kinds of problems.
No, yeah, you don't want a time cop.
You don't want to have
the same matter
resurrect a dead mutant and then
like, hey,
Wolverine walks in the door and we're like, we thought you were dead.
But what about old Man Logan? Does he have that? Because that is a different person. It's the same guy.
It is. It's technically he's from another alternate universe, I guess. Technically,
you could bring timeline. You could sell all the Marvel books, have all the Wolverines in there. Even the little
but just think now that any mutant they can bring back now.
Oh, yeah.
So if they have the DNA of mutants who died years ago, they can bring them back. Are there any dead mutants you can remember that you're like, I can't believe he's still dead? They can bring back?
They kind of... I'm like still waiting for... I'm not basing anything off of like Age or like Age of X-Men because like you had Strong Guy in there.
Oh, right.
Because he was dead, then he wasn't, then he's dead.
They can bring him back then, right?
Well, they brought back Cypher Douglas from New Mutants because he can his power. They're like, we'll bring back anybody with the most bullshit
that's what's
power.
Great. What's great is like they're taking all the obscure mutants who have like lame abilities, and he finds a great use for them. It's so amazing.
Characters say that in the book, like, you're back, Cypher, because you just know language, and
he was so important to the setup of the island of their nation. It's truly he. I mean, I know this is a project he's obviously been working on a long time.
Oh, you would have to.
Yeah.
It's like your fantasy football team of X-Men of that. Like that's it.
But isn't there a mutant on the team that can maybe make clothes?
Oh, because they're naked.
There's a lot of naked mutants in this book.
Then they're hugging. They're all
when they
embracing.
Get rebirth, they all come outside for a celebration in the nude and covered in their
their juices.
In their juices.
Yeah, in their gold balls.
And they're like, "We're here. We're the X-Men. We're mutants. Look at us."
That was like they're like the cult of mutants.
It felt very culty this issue.
Who is he? I know him. It's like, hey, fuck you. Hey, that's my guy. Like, it was very much like...
His name is Fuck You. He's also a mutant.
And then they all like, mutant. It very much felt like...
like if you were a human, you would shit yourself if you're hiding somewhere watching this go down. You're like, we're all going to die.
Oh, we're done. We're fucked. But they kind of...
And since we're spoiling stuff, I mean... all the bad guys are on board too. The mutants at the end. It's so cool.
They do the plan of where you see in the past you have Mr. Sinister and they're like, hey, like, I got a better idea for you than just like trying to make like the ultimate mutant. Like,
and it gives so much to Mr. Sinister to do too. It's like, hey, collecting all this DNA, you're being super useful. Yeah. You want to be useful?
It's like,
and
you have Magneto. You have Magneto and Charles Xavier, like the most powerful mutants. Like, we'll even give you our blood. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that could backfire like so bad, but it comes together so well, and that you have the main fucking bad guy, Apocalypse.
Oh, but like he could get their blood, turn around, and Charles Xavier's is like, you don't have our blood.
Oh yeah, well that's true. I think he said that in the book. It's like, I'm gonna make you forget this until I want you to remember.
Right.
Oh,
or they hand him 2 vials and they go, "These are our blood."
Yeah,
and
it's nothing.
It's nothing.
I thought like the cue ball helmet was like the dopest shit I've ever seen, but then he just gets cooler every single issue.
Oh, it's in Apocalypse. He kind of steals the ending of the book too.
You have Charles Xavier fucking say "Welcome home" with a handshake to Apocalypse,
and it's just like. And Apocalypse is just so happy.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
just smiling. He's
like,
just looking at everyone.
This is what I wanted for you assholes all along.
Yeah, just to take your rightful place in this world. He's like...
But like
I couldn't be more happier.
Oh, yeah.
I never... Apocalypse is happy.
He says he's proud of them. It's like, I'm proud of you, babies. They're fucked. Whoever's facing the mutants, the humans, they're fucked.
Well, and they're gonna have to get like Cosmic or something
for
threats because they're like a mega level team now. That this is like Morrison Justice League, where it's we need to just fight gods and demons and like
they gotta get that helmet. That's the
get the helmet.
His Cerebro helmet.
But someone will get the helmet.
They'll steal it, and then that brings the stakes back for now. These people can actually die.
Search for the helmet.
Yeah. Ooh. I like that. I'd read that.
But no, that was great. But
oh yeah.
I did think it was neat. There was a breakdown in there of all the countries who weren't on board with joining up with the mutants' agenda as far as the medication and help and support.
But they're their own nation now?
Yeah, they are
because of the UN talk in the book.
Yeah, but obviously Emma had something to do with that. But it was funny. I noticed Wakanda says that they're not on board, and they're like, they do not need mutant drugs. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, they have their own. They got their own pharmaceutical.
Yeah, they don't want to be in debt to anyone. No.
Man, why?
No, they don't need to be.
The book is so good.
And and another big one this week is a new one with the Flash, but the Wally West Flash Forward.
I did not.
Number
read
1.
This.
And
what do you think?
You know what? It picks up right after Heroes in Crisis, and he's basically in prison awaiting trial, and something happens, and it opens up like a whole new new adventure for him. He basically gets taken away from the prison by this cosmic entity called the Whynot.
I'm down with
that. And
that.
I guess he guards the space between the different multiverses, the different universes.
That's cool.
And he's fighting the corruption of the dark universe. So it kind of ties into stuff going on from Metal and all the other stuff that the dark universe is bleeding into the other universes and causing corruption.
Shit.
So he needs someone to help protect it. And this entity chooses Wally.
The Whynot?
Yeah. And he doesn't want to do it, but he's like, you don't have a choice. This is your destiny. And you know what? It's great because I feel like they're going to actually try to redeem Wally after Heroes in Crisis.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of fans were super disappointed of what they did with that character in Heroes.
What they do?
Basically, he killed a bunch of people and tried to set up some of the heroes for it. And it was. I liked the book. That was Tom King, and I know he got a lot of hate for that, but. It wasn't his fault exactly because he got hired to do this book and he was told who they wanted to be the main character to basically take this fall. So you can't blame him 100%.
Yeah, and it's a different.
They're like, hey, we want to do this, and this is who we want you to use. Yeah. I mean,
you get there the way you get there.
Yeah, you kind of almost don't have a choice at that point because if you say no, I don't want to do that. They're just going to find someone else to do it, right? Yep. So. I understand.
Better to have like a Tom King write that where you have the guy's a fucking amazing writer.
And I mean his dialogue is so good. I love his use in he tries to do a lot of the same panels like Watchmen with the multiple 9 panels.
Yeah.
And he makes it work. It's so good.
What else you got?
Well, let's see. There are some other big releases this week. Some of these I haven't got a chance to get to, but I will. They're definitely worth mentioning. The Lex Luthor Year of the Villain one-shot came out. So it's tying into that big event going on right now in the DC books. And Once and Future #2.
Oh, yeah.
That's the big one out this week by Boom. And #1 flew off the shelves. It was a huge, huge hit.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. It's a great book. If it doesn't get adapted into something soon, I'll be shocked.
That's like a shoe.
And I mean, who doesn't like an old lady who kills monsters?
With
her, like, was it grandson?
It's a grandson.
Or,
yeah.
It's great. And Vampirella #3 came out this week, and with so many variants, there's so many variants,
and more to come.
And but that is a guilty pleasure. I have enjoyed this take on Vampirella. It's been fun. And I love the nun mercenary team. The
Six Marys.
The Sisters of Mary.
I think it's the Six Marys.
The Six Marys?
Yeah.
And they're great.
In this issue, she's now on their side.
Oh, well, I thought she worked with them in the last one, too.
Okay.
Right.
But you see more of that.
They don't have a problem with her because she's not undead.
Yeah.
So they don't see her as as an evil undead thing.
Yeah, because she's not a vampire. Well, she
is a vampire.
I mean, she's a vampire
from another planet.
Yeah. This book is kind of way better than you think it would be, and you have like a scantily clad character, sure.
Especially in this day and age, I'm actually surprised they still have her in that outfit.
She's in like I don't even know how you would explain that. Like she's got like a whole like.
Well, it looks like they did update her a little bit.
This one, in the new issue. Well, sure, you gotta. Superman's got those pecs and that rib package. It's the same thing.
I mean, you want her in like a burlap sack or something?
Yeah,
like, what do you want? Like,
it's the character. I mean, that's the look. I mean, it's iconic.
Why do you think Superman has shorts again?
Right.
People are like, no.
I want to see that package.
He needs his underwear on the outside.
No, Bendis was coming, so I'm gonna get those underwear. Yeah, but she's if you're worried about like I mean, I wouldn't suggest this. It's definitely not a kid's book because there is a lot of gore and shit. But it's not. It's in no way does this like inside the book are they like, hey, you're just like a sexy lady. Like she's a strong.
She's strong,
she's a fucking
badass. Yeah.
And now in this issue, you have her mom. Her mom joined kind of like was like the big like setup in the last issue. She's in this more. You see how she actually got to Earth, where they're on Mars, and I think I mean, it looks like Mars. It's not Mars, but
she hitched a ride back to Earth.
Yeah, this guy
from like our Mars landing.
This dude was dying because he got like he's like attacked by other vampires on this planet. And she's like, "Oh, I gotta save this dude's life," and so she pretty much hitched the ride
like
back.
Another movie, like where the thing was on Mars and comes back, and something came back with it. Species, yeah. With
that, I've just rewatched like 3 of those. I'm not gonna watch that 4th.
I forgot she came from Mars, right? Is that the one where the dad sees it on the TV? He's like, "I told you not to go to Mars. I told you not to go to Mars."
I totally forgot that's from Ray. Everybody Loves Raymond's dad, or
was that him in that one scene? Probably was
Jeffrey Tambor. It's that other old fucker. I can't remember his name, but yeah, they're like, "I fucking told you," and they threw me in a loony bin. But yeah, he got in the
because he knew sexy monsters were on Mars.
Yeah, because like, oh yeah, they sent us like pure energy or like clean energy, and then we sent them like our population of our Earth, our diseases, and what could fucking kill us. Like, here, mix it with your DNA if you'd like. Like, sure.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, but he goes to Mars, and then because you don't know where they were, he brings back a species worm.
It's like Alien, but it wants to you first.
Yeah,
that was a crazy movie. I haven't watched that in years.
It's so stupid, but she's so beautiful.
Oh yeah, but those were some of the biggest releases this week. Did you have anything else you want to talk about?
Big release for me, Dead Man Logan.
Dead Man Logan. He's still not dead yet.
No, I think one more issue.
Dead Man Logan.
If I'm not gonna, it's on issue 11. This would make like no sense. Like, oh yeah, the adventure continues. But they do run into Mr. Sinister in this book, where he's like super old, super fat, and in a wheelchair. He almost looks like Mojo.
Oh wait, so I thought this was Dead Man. So this is it's our continuity now, but he's in the future now again.
No, he's back in his.
He's back in his alternate future timeline. Gotcha.
He was in our timeline for part of this book, and now he's back in his timeline.
How did he jump back?
I don't remember. I try to remember a lot of the shit. That's why I reread comics. You know, like I mean, you could do.
All I remember is the Maestro kept showing up to try to kill him.
Yeah, but yeah, he's like kind of foils Mysterio like in this book, like you know, issues ago. But now he's back in his own timeline. You see,
so he can die there.
Oh yeah, he's like running on fumes. He's like, please, like I will hold somebody off. Like I'm gonna die right now.
Yeah, because if he died in the past, now it'd be too confusing. They'll find like a dead old Wolverine.
But you run into Sabretooth in this, and he looks like a Frankenstein monster, or you know.
Is he rocking the bone claws again? What's he got right
there?
there?
Nah, he's
kind of look.
Yeah, it's Declan Shelby.
Ah.
He's a badass artist too.
Cool.
But yeah, this book's good. They run into like a baby Hulk named Bruce, and so like what could be even worse than like
baby Hulk?
But it's Danny. It's Power Man's daughter, or it's Iron Fist's daughter. I think it's Power Man's daughter that they call Danny. Or that they named Danny.
Is that one of the ones that showed up in the original Old Man Logan series?
That was Hawkeye's daughter.
Right.
But yeah, so she was introduced, I think, in the Old Man, like the Jeff Lemire run.
Okay.
So she's in this, and he's like protecting her, and she's like taking Bruce, the newborn Hulk, under her wing, and so they've kidnapped it's fucking crazy. It's a crazy.
They have him like a baby carrier. They got him on her chest, like walking around with a baby Hulk.
He's huge.
Baby Hulk's like.
He's gigantic. Yeah,
so he's carrying her around.
Pretty much. They take him in a van. He's like too big.
Does he wear a diaper?
He's got the shorts. He's
pooping in the purple pants.
Oh yeah. So Mr. Sinister like gets a hold of the baby Hulk, and it's like, you know. You want this guy? I'm going to pump him full of gamma radiation. He's going to be my own nuclear bomb.
Oh, no.
But so I'll give a spoiler for this book because it's fucking awesome. Danny gets shot by like Sabretooth's like cronies, and they find Mjolnir in the middle of this like Mjolnir. She gets shot, touches a hammer, she becomes a Thor.
Whoa! Yeah. So a new Lady Thor?
A new Lady Thor in the alternate.
What?
Yeah. I was like, damn, that's why I keep coming back to this book.
So hence the lightning on the cover then.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, that's some big news.
If that can't get you interested in that book, I know.
Whoa. I gotta check my orders on that.
Yeah.
And you know what? We didn't talk about Batman. A new Batman came out this week too. That's 2 weeks in a row.
Are they going weekly?
Well, I think they're trying to get caught up.
Oh, okay.
So I think there were some delays a few weeks there.
Gotcha.
But it was strange. If you guys read the last issue, it was very bats and cats. So there was a lot of them on there, kind of almost like a pseudo like honeymoon.
Yeah.
And this is bats and cats too.
But is he still rocking the Burt Reynolds mustache?
He is.
Oh my god.
Oh, he is. It's strange. I felt like after reading the last issue, they were done. They're ready to move on. They're going to kick Bane's ass.
No.
And then this issue comes out, and they're like, "This takes place before number 77."
Oh god!
And I'm like, "Okay, it's still good."
But that mustache,
yeah.
If you thought Bruce Wayne couldn't get fucking sexier, that mustache, I was like,
70 stash.
It's a good disguise. Don't do the scar on your face. Hide your face under a mustache.
The baseball cap, mustache, the Magnum PI, man.
Oh yeah,
that's the Magnum. He's doing the Magnum. And a Hawaiian shirt. He's rocking the Hawaiian shirt. He's totally doing Magnum. But no, it's definitely good. And still no answers about Alfred. Sorry.
So pick up
Fate to be determined.
Batman 70 whatever. Batman does 79. Magnum.
That's 2 issues in a row.
That's
a twofer.
Yeah, no, I thought that book was going weekly. I was like, holy shit, didn't this just come out like last week?
Yeah, I think they got behind at some point. But yeah, so those are the big books of the week. And do you have anything more there?
I didn't read, but like I found 2 books that intrigued me.
Both of those are in my reading stack right now.
Yeah.
I haven't got to them.
No, and it's like
Vamp number 1 was delayed. We were supposed to get it last week.
Oh, okay.
But we got ours this week.
It looks like just cool shit that
it looks great.
Read.
I mean, I haven't read it, but it looks like kind of an old school Vegas with a vampire, and it's worth it just for the cover alone.
Oh yeah, and then you have the back cover.
Flip cover.
It's just
with the logo backwards, which is great, and it's a nice. It looks like a nice indie book.
I've never heard of.
Have you
Mythos?
heard much? Yeah, I was going to ask. Have you heard much from that company, Mythos?
I've never heard of them before, but I'm like, damn.
And you know a lot of companies.
I know too many.
Okay.
I know anybody that's like you're.
Yeah, I know this
smart.
one. This one looks good too. Which one's this?
This is the Forever Maps from Scout Comics.
Oh wow, they put out some good stuff.
A company that's like gotten started off with like quality books and then just like kind of has gained more prominence over the years. Like
it's like they've been slowly kind of sneaking in here.
No, it's good. They're
good books.
They got the Valiant method, small catalog, and then just fucking take over.
But unfortunately, I haven't read it yet. But I flipped through it. The art looks amazing.
Oh, art's cool.
It looks like something out of old school Vertigo, Sandman, or something.
Oh yeah.
And beautiful cover. I mean, it's definitely in my reading stack. I'll try to get to that this week. So yeah, it's all as far as new books this week.
What's in your? What do you guys do? What's in your DVD player?
What's in my Blu-ray player?
Oh yeah. What you got?
I do have something new in this week.
All right, what you got?
It's a movie called Flesh Gordon.
We talked about that.
It was a parody of like Flash Gordon, and all those similar type of movies.
Yeah.
It came out in like the mid-70s, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, growing up, I always kind of heard about this movie.
Yeah.
Like I'd see the ads, like midnight release. We're playing Flesh Gordon tonight. What is that? And it's like, double X, adults only. So I just thought it was a full-on porno. I mean, it almost is. Yeah. But there's no actual penetration, but there's a lot of nudity and a ton of nudity. I mean, it's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Flash Gordon parody before the Flash Gordon parody came out in 1980.
Oh, okay.
Which I love that too. But I would love to take the music from the Flash Gordon movie and just throw it over this movie. And it would be really funny. But it's worth a watch. Somehow they put it on Blu-ray this week.
Oh my god.
And it doesn't live up to Blu-ray standards. But you know what? It's probably the only way to really watch and see this movie.
Oh yeah.
And I started listening to the commentary after I watched it.
Yeah.
It's funny. And the guy just goes off on a whole tangent about how this movie got made, how he got into how he got into making films, starting with porns and doing this and it's like he almost doesn't like talk about the movie while you're watching it. He's just going off on this tangent about it, and it's definitely interesting. Some really interesting stories, and they're like, "Oh, we needed more money. We had to go back and shoot another porn," and like it's like
that's awesome.
And it's really interesting. It's worth a watch. It's a lot of fun.
Get that new on Blu-ray.
And look up the image for the poster, guys. It's Flesh Gordon. Just the poster says it all. Just you can see the giant package on the guy on the cover.
Oh man,
of the poster, and I definitely recommend it.
In my Blu-ray player, you would think is a porno, but it's
not?
Double Impact.
Double Impact.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude
with himself.
He got double billed.
Yeah.
Do you think he got double paid?
Oh, hell yeah.
Do you get double paid in a movie if you play two characters?
Now, that's an interesting thought.
Or did they just give you one check?
No, I think he probably was like, fuck you, man, I'm playing two parts. Give me double money.
Would hope that's a good question. I'm curious, because there's been a lot of movies like that where an actor's been doubled and plays himself.
Let's ask him.
I think Paul Rudd has a new movie coming out where he plays like his own identical brother. And yeah. Didn't Nicolas Cage did that once? We need to reach out.
What was that?
Someone get on Twitter and ask Nick Cage if he got paid for adaptation.
Oh,
where he played the two brothers.
I was like, I don't remember him being two people and then two more Nicolas Cages in Face Off. No. I took my own face off and put it on my other face.
Oh, do they get paid twice because they play two different characters in the same movie?
Only you and I would think of this. Like, did you get paid twice? Like, it only seems fair.
We're gonna like start problems in Hollywood right now. They're gonna be like, those guys are right.
Fucking scale, pay my ass. Fuck. You would think that movie's a porno, but it's good. It's not Jean-Claude having sex with Jean-Claude.
No,
but he does have silk underwear in that movie.
I did enjoy that movie when it came out. I did.
You just gotta watch it now, and he's like, every time they do like the same, like they're in the same shot, he becomes Obi-Wan Kenobi, because there's just like this.
And it's like Force Ghost.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's worth. You'll live a lot longer if you see it.
So it's probably not worth watching on Blu-ray because then you can really see all the Force Ghost
that's
action.
it's like this was not meant for high definition. It probably looked
okay on regular VHS.
I remember seeing that on VHS, and I was like, "Wow, that's amazing!"
I saw that in the theater. So.
Oh yeah, if I was old enough, which I probably was, but it's good.
I saw every Jean-Claude Van Damme movie that came to the theater.
He should officiate something for you, like that you've seen that many movies of his in the fucking theaters.
But once they stopped coming to the theater, I didn't watch them. I'm straight to DVD. I can't.
You just didn't even. Not
no,
that I'm gonna see
not good enough for a theater. Not good enough for me.
Yeah. That's awesome. But those '80s action guys, if you've seen all the movies in theaters, they should like hang out with you for like. You should get a punch card. I've seen all your fucking movies. You'd be like, oh, cool, let's hang out. You're the kind of guy that he would want to know.
Probably had to meet him in a bar or something. He'd be drunk.
He would do a split on that table.
Right on the bar.
He does that split in the movie. He's like an aerobics.
Do you think he can still do that split?
Oh, he did a split off of fucking 2 semis.
Like recently or something?
Was
that a Doritos commercial? What are we talking about?
That was like a Mercedes commercial.
No. For Mercedes?
You've never seen that?
No.
They had like the Mercedes like truck or like the big like semis.
Get your fucking legs off my cars. Like he's on top of the cars or trucks?
He's trucks.
Okay, good. Because I thought you meant like the hoods of like 2 Mercedes. I'm like, get off these cars.
He's doing a split while 2 Mercedes semi trucks are driving. And he's on the most rickety part of your car, the fucking side view mirrors.
The fuck is this, Matrix 2, man?
Look it up on it. Everybody's seen it on YouTube. It's amazing.
Oh, man. He was the original Predator, right? In the first Predator movie?
Was he really?
Oh, someone's showing me it. Yeah, that's hilarious. Look at that.
Yeah, on a truck.
But yeah, he initially was hired as the first Predator in the first Predator movie.
Too small?
They decided to change the look of the creature and stuff. So he's the one when they show him like all the weird flipping up in the trees.
Oh yeah.
All the acrobatic type stuff. Where he's still like phased out and you can't see him.
Yeah.
That's Jean-Claude Van Damme for a lot of those shots. Way. And then they're like, no, we need, because if you Google the image of the original Predator, the creature looks awful. Like awful. Like it looked like B-grade 1950 schlock sci-fi. That bad.
That's
and then
awesome.
when they made that change with the new one, I mean, come on.
Like, fuck you, man. I could have been a Predator.
He's not too happy about that.
No, I'm
But then again, he went on, do Bloodsport and a lot of other big movies, so.
Bigger than Predator?
Not hurting. Bigger, wait, you take that back. Kumite.
Oh, yeah. I've seen, I'm not as good as you. I've seen most Jean-Claude.
You're as good as me.
No, I didn't see them in theaters. If I was the same age.
You weren't born yet.
I know. I would have seen them in theaters.
That's great. Even when I was like a teenager, even my mom loved action films. Yeah. It was great.
Everybody did.
She's like, John, I think a new Arnold Schwarzenegger movie's coming out this Friday.
Let's go.
Okay, Mom.
I'm
like, yes.
The day that your mom had to entice you out with Arnold Schwarzenegger would never happen nowadays.
Oh, you mean now?
Yeah, like, hey Mom, new Arnold Schwarzenegger. Fuck you.
She'd be like, do you have the DVD?
Right. And his answer would be yes. No, Mom, I got the fucking Blu-ray. Like, we're not watching.
Oh, she loved that. She loved Steven Seagal. Oh, I love that Steven Seagal. Oh. He's a good-looking man.
Oh no! At one point he might have been.
Oh, Under Siege 2 looks so good.
I like that movie. It's Hard to Kill, man.
What was the subtitle on that? Under Siege 2?
Dark Territory. Yeah.
Oh.
Tommy Lee Jones was like a metal punk guy.
In the first one?
Yeah.
In the first one, yeah.
Hey, man.
With Crazy Gary Busey, too. Oh. They had 2 crazies in that. Yeah. Well, 3. You had Steven Seagal.
Yeah, the crazy for their time, and then would be he was secret crazy back then.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's what's in my player and your player, all right?
Yeah.
And all right, I do appreciate you coming here tonight and filling in tonight. It was great having you here.
Yeah, I'm taking over. Actually,
you're taking over.
Yeah.
All right. It's just so you can do the show next week without me?
No.
No,
with you. No.
Oh, all right. But no, it was a lot of fun,
Allie.
man. I loved having you, and You can also see and meet Mr. Whynot here at Docking Bay every Tuesday night, usually around 5, right?
Yeah, I'm a regular shopper here, but yeah.
And it's a free learn to draw comic class you do.
It's for open to anybody, any age. I mean, we got...
I think the only thing you want is just for them to bring their own supplies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the least they can do.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it's free. So just bring your pencils and sketchbooks.
Most people are like, I don't know what to bring, so I brought everything. So it's like, but yeah, I've had like I'll lend you a pencil, I'll lend you paper.
Like I brought this guy, he's my inker.
Yeah.
I brought...
Teach us what we need to know. Do our comic. No, it's
cool. Great. It's great seeing that grow. That's cool.
Oh yeah, and it's
that's why you got to create your own like universe of comics and just put them all to work.
I know. No, I was gonna start like my own.
There's Stan Lee and like just
And, I'll take credit for all your stuff. Sorry, Stan Lee. I'm a Kirby head. Like he died. It's sad, but he fucking stole all those people's ideas. It was sorry, internet.
It's a shame he didn't get to live long enough to see a lot of the characters of what Marvel did with Marvel Studios.
Jack Kirby?
Yeah.
Fucking Aunt May outlived Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. She's
never gonna die. She keeps almost dying, but I don't think she's gonna die.
I love Sarah Pacelli's art, but Aunt May looks like Ric Flair or Roddy Piper in this book.
Isn't she a Spider Woman in one of the alternate universes?
Oh yeah, that's like coming back too with SpiderMan or May Spider, and she's got like a chef hat for whatever reason.
Why not? She's in the kitchen a lot.
She's
always baking. What are those waffles for Peter? The hot cakes he gets.
Oh yeah. Nah, I love anything Spider.
Wheat cakes. Yeah. The wheat cakes. The Parker wheat cakes. Ugh.
Yeah.
Do you have more syrup, Aunt May? No. I need butter.
No, they didn't eat that. Like she was. I mean, if she's lived now, she's a fucking immortal. She was there before butter.
She became a herald for Galactus in a Marvel team up back in the 80s. Right.
Oh my god!
And she was all golden and was flying through the sky with her bun like all gold. I think that was during Assistant Editors Month at Marvel. For those of you who don't know, that was something Marvel did back in the day. Do you remember that?
No.
It was like during 1 month they decided to have all their assistant editors were in charge.
Oh, shit.
And they made a big deal of it. Like, this is Assistant Editors Month.
Oh, okay.
And it was a neat little gimmick. I thought that was kind of cute.
But then they let all of their editors
write
go. All their they're like, oh, you're fired. The comic book industry's going strong.
Yeah, I definitely feel Marvel's definitely on a comeback. I mean, from where they were like 3-4 years ago, I mean, it's like night and day.
Oh yeah. Even to like like the whole 90s comic you had like people. You could edit out this entire thing.
I'm just saying. You're probably edit this, but I'm just saying. I know we're saying we're wrapping up. We go on a tangent. Sorry. It's what we do.
Yeah. So I draw comics. That's what I do. You can follow me. It'll be a surprise for me because I haven't checked my Twitter in like 3 years.
And I know I've been trying to do some ideas with you too.
Oh yeah,
we're trying to get some projects going possibly.
The main word in comic books, especially indie books, is patience. Yeah. Where you're like, like I said, my last book was like last year of, you put all these coals in the fire and like you just wait and wait.
We just name our next series that. Patience.
What? Patience.
About a hospital.
Yeah. That's pretty good. I'm into that.
Oh, okay. But once again, I do thank you for coming and love to have you anytime.
I took over, so
all right.
Fine. You're good.
All right. But once again, so should I just add? So James, where can everyone find you online at?
So I use Instagram more than Twitter. I have a Twitter, but my Instagram is just my name, James Whynot.
Just the way it sounds.
Whynot. It's not anything fancy.
And that is his real name.
Yeah, it is. Real legal name, never changed it because people are like, oh yeah, you can change your fucking legal name. I'm like, no, I was cursed with this dipshit name since birth. No, it's a cool lesson. It's a blessing and a curse to have a name like that. But yeah, you can find me at James Whynot on Instagram and at James Whynot Inks, INKS on Twitter.
All right, yeah, check out James and his art. Yeah, it's definitely worth a look.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you.
And then I'll follow you back. I swear.
So that concludes episode 4 of Dead Hobbies.
Yeah.
And thank you. It wouldn't have happened without you.
No, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Let's watch Double Impact.
No, we're doing it right now.
No, now we're cutting away from this podcast to now do our Jim Cotta podcast minute by minute.
Do you guys have time for Jim Cotta?
It's only 11 o'clock.
It's only going to be 3 hours.
Yeah.